The Quinfall, the self-proclaimed biggest MMORPG in MMO history, are now facing backlash and a lot of controversy. There was a video released by a guy called Nuyon. I will post his link in the description below if you want to check out his video. But basically, it is exposing everything about the Quinfall. Bought assets, fake offices, fake screenshot, partner with an illegal RMT website. So I'm going to be going through everything in this video that you need to know about the game. So let's jump right into it. So last year when I made a video on the Quinfall last year, I was saying that I don't understand how they can make such a massive open world MMORPG in such a short time, because they have done this in 2 to 3 years. And from my experience, if you're making a massive AAA MMORPG, it's going to take you up to 5 years at least. And then they have a bunch of delays. So they were saying they were going to release last year. I was like, there's no way they're going to release last year. But now apparently they're going to have their first beta at the end of this month with no much information at all. So very skeptical already, but now it makes sense how they're releasing it this early. Now I'm not saying that this game is a full scam like the day before too. I think there might be a game coming out. However, it's not the game that we expect. It's not this advertised massive MMORPG with these crazy amazing features. And let me explain to you guys why. Now this guy Nuyon made a video on this, and it shows that they have been, everything that is shown in the trailers are bought assets. Now there's nothing wrong with buying assets, but when you buy assets for everything in your game, that's when it becomes an issue. So with your engine, with the on their engine, they can basically buy already made assets of skills, combat, monsters, areas, and the engine can actually even create areas for you. So if you want to make like a mountain range or a massive world, the engine can actually do it for you, while you can buy these assets and put it into the game. So all the combat that is shown is actually bought assets. So like I said, there's nothing wrong with this. A lot of games do this, but usually the people that make games actually develop their own game and add a little bit of assets here and there to save time and also polish some things. But they have basically bought everything. That's when it starts becoming an issue. They also have shown, it was on their website, they had a picture of their office, but it was a fake picture. It was photoshopped. And then the screenshots are actually just the same. They taking the screenshots from their own trailer and modify them in Photoshop to make them look more enticing. And their last game was partnered with the RMT website where you could play the last game that they had, but they were partnered with actually an illegal third-party website that sold like gold and currencies and stuff. So a lot of like already massive red flags that you guys can see. Now let's talk about like the beta. The beta is coming in early January, and I actually messaged them, the developers and the admins, early on, and I was like, yo, I want to check out this game, you know, and see what it's all about. I got no response at all, which is kind of weird, because usually they say something at least, or like, hey, apply it through this way, or no information. I obviously introduced myself. I was like, yo, I Spid, I make MMO videos, I would love to like check out the game, but no response at all, which is kind of weird. But I didn't like mind it until now, because now apparently the first beta is going to be under NDA. So what? And I asked around the Discord, and nobody has gotten an invite at all. There's been no invites. Nobody actually have ever played the game at all. So I'm thinking that there might even be a beta. They might say, hey, our beta is ongoing, but there might not actually be any players actually playing the beta because it's under NDA. So even if there was somebody playing, like, nobody could know, right? So they might just use that as an excuse, right? And every single beta after this beta in January will be paid. So people have to pay money to actually play the betas and then get the game, right? So it's a very easy way for them to make money on this, like all the hype of the game, the biggest MMO of all time. If you want to play the beta, you got to pay the money. So we don't know anything if the game is even releasing, because all the trailers we've seen has just been like bought assets, right? And that basically means that there might not be a game. So I do think like the beta might be fake, but you never know, right? At this point, you don't know. Like everything they're saying is very sketchy. We don't know what's going on. However, in the Discord, they actually showed more gameplay, which again was bought assets. And then people commented on this. This is like several months ago. People commented on this and they said in their Discord, hey, we're taking your feedback and we're gonna improve the combat. We're gonna make it more fast paced. So I was like, they have bought the full assets and now they're gonna change it, but they never changed anything before, right? So I just feel like it's a lot of like fake information here. No transparency at all from the developers. And what I am suspecting is there will be coming out a game. They will release a game, but it's gonna be super, like, it's not gonna be polished at all. It's gonna be heavily relying on assets and AI built world. It's gonna be very empty because they're promising like the biggest MMO of all time. And when you are promising the biggest MMO of all time, you want the best developers, AAA, massive amount of work, a lot of production. But this game does not have it. At this point, I think that there's probably like 10 people working out from their home or a trailer and making this game. I don't think there is an office at all, but I do think we're going to be getting a game, a very empty game, very unpolished game. And what happens is when you buy all these assets, you put them together, there's going to be a lot of issues with the game. There's going to be a lot of bugs that they don't know how to fix because they might not even have enough experience with coding, with bug fixes to actually do anything. So they might just put together this massive game with a lot of like copy paste, boom, 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 and then give the game to us, and then when we play, we're like, yo, what is this? This might be like the biggest world ever, but it's going to be super empty, or it's just going to be copy pasted a bunch of mobs from throughout the whole world, right? So I do think that they will release a game and they're going to charge money for it, but it's not going to be anything crazy at all. Before I even knew this news, this exposed and that they bought assets, I already said this in my video. I do think what they are trying to do, what they're trying to do with the game, all these promises, there's no way they can meet them because it is very delusional for an MMORPG to actually do what they've said. You know, a lot of promise about like weather changes, you know, ship fights. Even like the ship fights are like bought assets. Like the Kraken they showed in the trailers, it bought assets. Like floating islands, you know, taming different type of pets and mounts, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of crazy promises, like taverns being like player driven, all this stuff. There is no way that is gonna be something that they're gonna have in the game. What I am seeing, this is like in short, they're going to introduce a massive world. You're going to go into the game, a massive world. The combat is going to be super clunky. The character customization is probably going to be super clunky. Everything is not going to feel really good, but they're going to have the biggest world you guys have ever seen, but it's just going to be super empty with a lot of issues, with a lot of bugs. And the people that buy the beta are most likely going to be disappointed. So if you're hyped for this game and excited for this game, because I was kind of excited, but at the same time I was very skeptical about this game, but I did make videos on it from what I know. But from what I know now, from the videos that are coming out, from me looking at the Discord, I think that you guys should not be spending any money on the beta. What you guys should do is, if you want to check out Quinfall, because now they have what Quinfall can do is they have the ability to capitalize on this, because now there's a lot of controversy around their game, right? A lot of people talking about the game. So what they can do is they can suddenly release this awesome game and like just explode in viewership, in player count. But the reality is they're going to introduce a game, it's going to be really bad. So I really hope everybody that is watching, at least my community, is wait. I will check it out. I will play the beta. I will pay for the beta. You guys don't have to worry. Do not buy the game, okay? Do not pay the money for the game, because right now it does look like it's going to be some type of scam or some type of way to just make a lot of money. Because the reality is they have not spent a lot of money into this game. The reason that this game can release so fast is they just bought a bunch of assets and put it into their game. There's not been a lot of productions. I'm guessing it's a very small team of people that have just been buying these assets and putting them into the game, and they just want to make money on it, right? Because they haven't spent much money. Like each of these assets cost like $30, like $50. I think the biggest assets that I saw is like the massive world that costs like $200. So overall, they're probably up at max like $10,000s, while most MMOs are up in like hundreds, not probably even $1 million spent on like salaries, production, you know, even like the music is probably just AI created. So very like sketchy stuff from this game. I will be updating you guys when I know more. If you guys want to see like all the assets that have been like bought, you guys can check out again Nuance's video. He shows like he compares all the different assets. He found all the assets. Now I am not much into like this buying assets, but it's kind of cool to see somebody like having a little bit more knowledge about these engines and can make these kind of videos. But Quinfall, no longer excited about this game. I think it's gonna be a massive flop. However, I'm not gonna call it an outright scam yet. I do think we're gonna get a game, but it's not gonna be the game that they promised, which is kind of a scam, right? But thank you guys so much for watching. Check out this video right here. Let me know what you guys think about the Quinfall. Will you guys be checking out? Will you guys be buying the beta? I really hope not. Let me know in the comments below. Take it easy, guys. Bye bye.